Hello again, everybody. I'm back with our last Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review. This time it's the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord from Super 7. So, let's go ahead and pop him out of the box. Let's do the slip reveal and see how he looks. Okay. First impressions? Looks pretty good. I always wanted the Dinozords when I was a kid, but, couldn't get them. He looks really pretty. Pretty dinosaur. Let's see. What do we got? He should look like that. I don't see any reason why Super 7 wouldn't be able to model these figures directly after the actual on-screen models, because they were practically just puppets. I have a feeling he's not going to be anywhere near identical, but we'll find out. He's got his little bio here on the back. Let's see. Piloted by the Red Ranger, the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord erupts from the Earth to fight the evil forces of Rita Repulsa. This mighty Zord is capable of taking on Rita Repulsa's evil space aliens one-on-one. In combat, it uses its tail to hold its body up and deliver a devastating kick, and one roar can vaporize any opponent. Capable of combining with the other Zords to form the mighty Dino Megazord, the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord is a formidable weapon and ally. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a gander at these accessories. He's actually pretty light on the accessories. He has a pair of grabby Dinozord hands. Tyrannosaurus. He's got two Tyrannosaurus fists. And honestly, if I'm going to be honest here, I feel like they could have worked that articulation into these giant hands somehow. But, whatever. They want to make extra parts, that's fine. We come with two unnecessary and lacklusterly painted Red Ranger miniatures. Absolutely, they don't even... They couldn't even get any paint on the heads, bro. Why even bother at that point? Don't even put the white on it. But this is probably the coolest part of the accessories. This is a solid metal coin. It is thick. And it is gorgeous. I really want all of these. Give me the rest of the Zords already. I want a whole set of these coins. Super 7, at least put a... If you're going to release these coins, then I would suggest you guys making a separate life-size replica of this case so we can keep all these coins in them, because it would be pretty rad. I'd pay for that. So, the accessories out of the way. Let's take a big gander at this Godzilla-like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Alright, the paint apps. I feel like there's something missing with the paint. And I think I know what it is. I believe he's supposed to have some black running around the head right here. And that is missing. I feel like... I don't know, I feel like the sculpt is a little bit off. The sculpt is a little off. I feel like it should be a kind of softer. The grid pattern on the neck, I think, is wrong. There's a lot of things that appear to be wrong with the figure, but maybe that's just from my memory. I'm pretty sure there were multiple models and concepts and stuff like that they drew upon. It's okay for what it is. It could definitely use a little bit more TLC as far as paint apps are concerned. I think they did the bare minimum with the paint on this figure, as they have with pretty much everybody else in this wave so far. with the exception of maybe Goldar. But he looks okay. I mean, he's passable. For the price point, I don't know about that. But let's go ahead and take a look at articulation. Since he's a giant robot dinosaur, his articulation is probably going to be a little bit less generic. So let's see. He's got a neck swivel. His head is on a ball joint, so he can move his head, and he moves pretty good. His head's got pretty good motion. His mouth opens pretty wide, depending on how you got his head turned. Like, it won't open so much to the side, but it will open pretty good facing front. His cannons are prominent in his mouth. I just feel like there should have been some wash somewhere on this guy. Let's see. There is a waist swivel. I feel like, again, this is a missed opportunity. He could have used a pelvis swivel like the Rangers and the Putty Patroller have. His arms, they go up and down. There is a hinge, but that's about as much as you're going to get out of it. So, whatever. He has swivel elbow and a hinge, but again, the range of motion is going to be limited. And of course, he has a hinge and swivel wrists, which actually gives him a pretty good range of motion in the hands. And of course, this is mirrored over to the other side. I feel like they could have did something more with the arms. It's just maybe my imagination is greater than reality. I don't know. Now let's see. He's got these ugly hips in the articulation. They swivel and hinge, but that's like the arms. That's as much as you're gonna get out of either swivel or hinge. Like there's this pelvis piece right here that just will not get past that. They could have took some liberties with the design and worked that. I can see a lot of scratch marks on the inside of the thigh already. Oh, those are really bad. Look at that. From where it's rubbing against that thigh during manufacturing and in the packaging during shipping, and they look pretty bad. That looks pretty bad. Not a lot as far as leg articulation, but what are you gonna do? And this is just dumb. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, wow, this is dumb. They have the design is, oh gosh, you guys suck. The design of the robot gives you a cut spot for leg articulation, but you guys just opted for a light hinge. Like, I mean, he can't quite get his leg straight. I mean, it's pretty close, and it can go back that far. But that right there, this should have been where the cut is. I mean, they knew how to do that in the 80s. Come on, guys. But it has a swivel, and the feet are on a hinge. Is there a rocker there? If there's a rocker, it's not activating. I can't even turn the feet. It looks like it just hinges up and down. We'll see if it mirrors to the other side. Yeah, I can't see any rocker in the ankle. It's on I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's on a little ball socket, so it should be able to turn. And either that's just stuck or something, maybe because the paint in the socket. There it goes. It's very tight, and so there is a rocker in there, but this side's very tight. Ugh, so tight that I don't want to break it, so we'll just leave that alone. And the tail, it does it do anything? You would think that there would be a swivel here at the base of the tail. There is not. I guess they're like, well, we got to put this little piece here, so I'm trying to keep it from. You guys suck at engineering. Yeah, I don't know who's on your engineering team. Y'all are trying, and I get it, but you suck. But the rest of the tail's okay though. It's on this ball joint system, so that's nice. I like that. But the fact that the very back of the tail isn't movable, come on. And it just popped. I don't know why it did that. I don't know if that's glue breaking loose, but it does not move. Anyway, he's all right. He's okay. He's a little bit... He leaves a lot to be desired. Leaves a lot to be desired. His feet are a little... I don't know. I just can't get him to like stand in a straight position. Like his weight of his body is so heavy that his ankles want to just dip. All right, so he can stand without his tail touching the floor, but it takes some work. And then he just wants to fall backwards, so he's just a little top heavy. I mean, he could do a lot of cool things. He's not an ugly figure. My issue comes in at the price point. This makes me glad that I decided not to order the Godzilla Ultimates, because I would be afraid that they would come out looking plain like this with limited articulation, and I'm not interested in paying that kind of price for something of this quality. Let's see how the hands swap out. Oh gosh, pretty tight hands. Let's see here. These are more like a gripping hand. All right. Pretty tight going in. Let's get... tight fingers. Tight fingers. Tight little hands. Woo. I like it. It's an okay figure, but again, it gets to the price point. Like, what is the quality? What is the value? Like, articulation. Look how weak these ankles are. Like, anyone who pre-ordered Godzilla, this is what you're probably going to get. If you want to have a monster fight with your Megazords, I think that's an appropriate scale. They work together. The monsters are bigger than the Rangers, which usually they were in the show. I was the most excited for the Goldar. I was most anticipated for this Tyrannosaurus Rex. Am I happy with him? He's passable. He's passable. I see the issues. I see the issues with engineering. I see the issues with paint apps. The quality's not too bad on him, as opposed to the others so far. There are just things missing. There are things I feel like executed poorly. I look at him and I don't say, man, I want to keep this guy on my shelf forever. I say, I might put him on my shelf, and in a few years maybe I get rid of him. That's what I see. I don't see a lifelong toy companion here. Whereas Goldar, if his wing had not broken, I definitely could see myself keeping him, regardless of if I decided to sell the collection or not. But the coin is probably the coolest part about this figure. And as much as I love this coin, I think of all the material costs, the tooling, the sculpting design, the painting, and everything that went into this coin, and I say, man, it would have been nice if they would have put this money into the actual figure. So this is like, hey, we're going to release something a little subpar with something nifty in it that you can have, instead of taking the nifty thing and making the figure great. I don't know how much it cost to make this coin, but it definitely, I think this coin could have bought better product. So I love the coin, but put it into the figure, guys. Come on, we didn't need the coin. I love the coin, don't get me wrong, the coin's awesome, but it should not be the best part of the figure, especially for what was paid. So I have to ask, if I bought this coin separate from Super7, how much would y'all charge me for it? And how much of that money could have went into this figure? That's all I've got to say. So we'll just bring in the team for one quick look. Last quick look. Everybody all together. Even the disappointingly hurtful Goldar. I just sit there and wish dreams came true sometimes. And I know, I don't get me wrong, guys. Super7, you guys, y'all's team loves the brand. Y'all love the product. I know you guys worked very hard on these to get them out. And I know to hear negative reviews is terrible when you've put so much work and effort into it. The guys who sculpted them, the guys who designed it, the guys who engineered it, the guys who engineered the packaging, everybody who worked together to make this product should be proud at the end of the day of what they got out. But as the customer, as the guy who's buying it, as the guy who's giving y'all money a year and a half ahead of time for superior high-end quality products, I just feel like this leaves a lot to be desired. This has been the review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Tyrannosaurus Rex Megazord from Super7. And I am USAPing Toys. Thanks for watching. That is way too much package waste for 5 action figures. Stop it.